All right, let's jump right in. We usually think of pain as, well, the enemy, right? Something you need to avoid, or numb, or just silence at all costs. But what if we've been looking at it all wrong? I want you to consider this idea for a moment, that maybe pain, real, raw pain, isn't a sign that your life is over. What if it's life itself, just roaring at you, demanding that you listen?
And we have to start there, in that darkness. Because, look, there's no sugarcoating it. Suffering is hard. It's brutal. It's those nights you can't sleep, the moments that just knock you flat on your back, that feeling deep down that the sun's never going to come up again.
And I think we've all been there, haven't we? That moment you hit absolute rock bottom, where the pain is just so huge, so all-consuming. You seriously wonder if it's going to tear you in two.
For some of us, it's that gut-wrenching pain of losing someone. That hollowed-out feeling when you lose a person you just can't imagine your world without? That's a pain that gets right into your bones. Or, hey, maybe it's the sheer despair when a dream you poured everything into, just explodes. Gone. All your hopes just scattered into a million tiny pieces.
Or maybe it's something completely out of the blue. That sucker punch from fate that just carves a hole right in your chest. Leaves you feeling empty, raw, and just totally exposed.
And right there, in that moment of total devastation, that's where the choice comes in. We can let it destroy us, or we can ask a really powerful question. What if all this agony, this suffering, this roar, isn't a curse? What if it's actually one of life's most precious gifts? Think about it. We're taught to fear pain, right? We see it as something that's just here to destroy us. But what if its real purpose is completely different? Not destruction, but remodeling. What if it's here to tear down the old you to make way for something new? So, what's the lesson here? Well, pain is a heck of a teacher, and its number one subject? Teaching us what it really means to cherish life. I mean, when things are easy, we just coast. We take it all for granted. Pain makes you stop. It forces you to pay attention. Suddenly, a simple, warm ray of sun can feel like the most amazing thing in the world. It's like this, right? You can't truly deeply appreciate the peace and quiet of a safe shelter until you've been caught in a raging storm, absolutely soaked, with nowhere to run. The contrast is what gives it all its meaning. And it's the exact same idea here. You just can't feel that same overwhelming joy at the first warm day of spring unless you remember what it felt like to shiver through a bitter, long winter. The hardship is what makes the good times feel so incredibly sweet. The struggle is what makes the peace feel so profound.
So this whole remodeling process, it's kind of like alchemy. First, suffering just strips away our arrogance. It has a way of humbling you like nothing else can. Then, it washes away all that impatience, that constant need for more. And when all that's gone, what's left? The real stuff. The simple, true treasures of life that we were just too busy to see before.
Okay, so this is the really crucial part. The next time you feel that pain start to bubble up, what's your first instinct? To run, right? To numb it, escape it, do whatever you can to make it go away. I'm suggesting you try the exact opposite. Stand your ground. Face it. Let it come. Just let it roar. Because here's the thing. Every single time you face it, every time you endure it and somehow find the strength to get back up, you're not the same person who fell down. Not even close. You're reborn from the ashes of that struggle. You're a phoenix. Stronger, wiser, forged in a fire that most people could never handle. And the rewards for that kind of rebirth, they change everything. Those scars you used to try and hide, they're not flaws, they're medals. Shining medals from battles you actually won. And the tears you cried, they weren't a sign of weakness. No way. They were the water that helped the most beautiful parts of you finally grow.
And what you get in the end, it's not some cheap, fleeting thrill. It's something so much deeper. It's what you might call quiet happiness. A kind of profound, lasting peace that you've earned, not something that was just handed to you. And because you've earned it, it's stronger, it's more meaningful, and it's worth more than all the easy joy in the world.
So it all comes back to this one idea. Embrace the roar. That roar of life. Don't plug your ears. Don't try to shout over it. Lean in. Listen. It's the sound of your own soul trying to get your attention, cutting through all the noise of your day-to-day life.
Because hidden inside that terrifying sound is the truth of who you are. It's in that roar that you discover a strength you had no idea was in you, a kind of bravery you never would have claimed, a resilience that, it turns out, is absolutely unbreakable.
And when the roaring subsides, you'll look around and find yourself standing on higher ground. You'll be able to look back at all the pain, all the hardship, and you won't see them as things that almost broke you. You'll see them for what they are, the very mountains you had to climb to get to this incredible new perspective.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. Go back to the hardest time in your life. Remember that deafening roar of pain. If you can listen really closely, past all the hurt, past the fear, what did you hear in that roar? What was it trying to teach you? And what quiet, peaceful place did it finally lead you to?